Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about season 1 of Marvel's What If, which honestly is such a genius idea and such an amazing concept and such a cool concept. The show basically ponders the question, what if? You have the Watcher, who I am not familiar with, who takes you along each episode as your narrator, guiding you through these vast new realities. Already confirmed there's going to be a second season. As they say, the possibilities are endless. And I love the animation for the show. Animation, I think, is really well done. I really like how in parts it kind of looks live action, at least to me personally. I didn't think they were going to get dark with this show, but in a couple episodes they do, and it's like, whoa. But now I'm going to go through each episode and talk about what I loved, my favorite parts, and just things that I really appreciated. There are spoilers ahead, so if you have not seen Marvel's What If, please leave now because I do not want to spoil it for you. First episode, what if Peggy Carter became Captain America, or in this case, Captain Britain? I was so happy about this. I'm a mega Peggy Carter fan. I love Peggy Carter. Basically, in this show, one little instant can change the course of the story. In this case, in the first Captain America, Peggy Carter, when they're about to put the serum in Steve, Peggy Carter in the first Captain America movie is asked to go sit in the booth above the viewing area. In this instance, however, decides to stay down below. In Captain America movie, we have a shooter. This story, Peggy sees him, yells at him, and he ends up shooting, still shoots the doctor, or Steve can go in. Steve is trying to defend people. He gets shot. They still need to have someone go in the thing and get the serum because it's already up to go. The only person available is Peggy Carter. She's like, I'll do it. She goes in there, comes out as this big, muscular, tall woman. You go, fucking Peggy Carter, you go. She was already a badass before she got the serum, both in the first Captain America and in the Agent Carter TV show. Seeing her wield the shield and kick ass, when she finally tests out the shield for the first time, she flips a car, flips a motorcycle, and when she does that, she just gets so surprised by herself. She's like, oh my god, I did that! Oh my god, I can't believe I did that! She's getting so excited and giddy over trying out the shield and doing these moves, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so cool! I love getting to see Peggy Carter be a total badass. The other thing that I highly appreciate with this episode especially, I love that Steve doesn't care that she's taller than him, that she's muscular than him, that she's more powerful than him. He still loves and likes her because of who she is, with the way she holds herself, with her personality. I like that he still likes her. He still likes her for her. I appreciated that. It shows you what a kind, caring, and good human being Steve is. And I also like, yes, Steve didn't get the serum, so he's still pretty weak, still very strong. I like that Peggy still treats him as an equal. She always did when he was skinny, but I like that even now she's still treating him with respect. And I like that she doesn't see him as weak and helpless. I like that she sees what he wants to do, what he wants to put his life on the line for this country, fight for this country. They both have that connection, especially in this episode, this reality, because one general doesn't want her to go out and fight because she's a woman. He doesn't see that she's a badass that has a super soldier serum, just sees a woman. Steve and her can relate in that sense of no one thinks Steve can do anything because he's scrawny and weak, and no one thinks Peggy can do anything because she's a woman. So they always had a connection in Captain America, but I like that they have more connection to them now. Steve, being weak and scrawny, that's not gonna stop him from kicking ass and helping people out, because they do end up getting the Tesseract, and Howard Stark builds the Hydra Stomper, the first Iron Man suit for Steve. Steve, yes, might not be Captain America in this universe, but he is still kicking ass in the Hydra Stomper, and I loved to see it. But also we get Bucky, obviously, because Bucky is still Steve's best friend in the show. We get to see Bucky. Sebastian Stan returns to voice him, which I was so happy about. To see Bucky be funny this time around at the Hydra Castle to stop Red Skull from using the Tesseract to open a portal. In this case, Peggy Carter she has to try to close this portal. They have the whole little conversation at the end about, you owe me a dance Saturday. Like, don't traumatize me again with that. In the first Avengers movie, when Nick Fury is with Dr. Eric Selvig and Hawkeye, the Tesseract opens a portal and Loki comes out. This universe, it's Peggy Carter that comes out of the portal. Second episode of Marvel's What If T'Challa became Star-Lord. This is Chadwick Boseman's last performance as T'Challa before he passed away. Hearing his voice again as T'Challa was very bittersweet because it was like, oh my god, yes, Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa. At the same time, it was like, oh, Chadwick Boseman is T'Challa. We miss you, Chadwick. Rest in peace. Amazing to hear him. I love, like, Chadwick Boseman. He's great. The episode opens with, like, the first Guardians movie, you know, where Peter Quill's going to steal the orb. In this case, when Korath, they confront Peter Quill in the movie, Peter Quill's like, my name's Star-Lord, and Korath is like, who? In this universe, Korath sees Star-Lord, he's like, oh my god, Star-Lord, you're a legend, you're my king, oh my god. I just love Peter Quill, no one knows who he is as Star-Lord, but the moment it's T'Challa, like, oh my god, Star-Lord, oh my god, I'm such a huge fan. Korath is so serious. He sees Star-Lord, he's like, oh my god, Star-Lord, hey, I know who you are. This reality, everything that, like, you know, Ego sending Yondu to find his son, that was his mission. However, in this universe, Yondu gave the mission to his lackeys. Lackeys end up going to Wakanda, taking a young T'Challa who wants to explore the universe. And Yondu's like, what the fuck, guy? Taserface is just like, all humans look the same to me. If you want something done right, Yondu, you might as well just do it yourself. T'Challa just sticks around with the crew. Yondu's like, alright kid, I'm gonna kidnap you, some random ass kid, and we're gonna explore the universe. Yondu. T'Challa, being the caring, compassionate, wanting to help out people guy that he is, turn the Ravagers around. They steal from the rich and give to the poor and help out people. They're the Robin Hood. Not only that, I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I know it's an alternate universe. In this universe, Thanos, you know, the Mad Titan that killed Loki, threw his daughter Gamora off a cliff, snapped half of the frickin' population away, part of the Ravagers. What? Knowing who T'Challa is and how he likes to have a conversation with people, really, like, make them look at what they've done wrong and also, like, try to reason with them. Oh, could probably do that. It's fucking T'Challa. I'm pretty sure he could. She has this mission for T'Challa of this plant that they need. It involves them going to the Collector. Kind of like the Mad Titan. This beef, really powerful guy that's, like, in charge of the underworld. They beat, at one point, the crap out of Thanos. A little part of me was like, yeah, I like this. I like seeing Thanos get beat up. I can't help it. Thanos killed Spider-Man. I don't have any sympathy for him. We don't support him in this house. I'll stop. I'm sorry. At the end of the episode, T'Challa really realizes, while the Ravagers have been a good family to me, they've taken care of me, my real family is on Wakanda. That is my home. Yondu and the rest of the Ravagers. Thanos, mind you, Thanos is talking to Okoye, and I'm just like, you sure about this? And that's not where the episode ends. Oh no. The episode ends with us showing a Dairy Queen. If they didn't get Peter Quill. Where is Peter Quill right now? Did his father get to him? Yes, he fucking did. This guy with a headset on that is mopping it. That's Peter Quill. Fucking Ego! There's no Yondu. There's no Guardians to help Peter Quill out. He is going to be easily taken and manipulated by his father. T'Challa as Star-Lord was fantastic. But in this universe of Ego getting a hold of his son, Peter Quill, I don't know if I like that. It's not good. It's no good for the rest of the universe. I'd like to see a full-on another episode of that. Seeing, like, maybe T'Challa stop Peter Quill and his father, and maybe Peter Quill joins another, like, Ravager. That'd be really cool. We have episode 3. Not my favorite episode. A very interesting and cool concept. What if the world lost its mighty hero? AKA, what if Iron Man died? What if Captain America died? This actor who did Iron Man, I think, did a pretty decent job. Props to him. Have Nick Fury and Black Widow going to see Iron Man. Nick Fury are talking to him about the Avengers Initiative. Notice the rash. Iron Man 2, Black Widow gives him a sedative. However, injection kills Iron Man. They arrest Black Widow. Nick Fury is like, no, I trust Natasha. He gives her a mission to figure out who's been killing all of the Avengers. It's Natasha fucking Romanoff. There is no way you are going to secure Black Widow. She beats the crap out of every single guy in the back of the truck. Another day, and you see Coulson to set up the perimeter around Mjolnir. The alerts go off. They have an intruder. Thor's there. I love that Agent Coulson talking to Nick Fury about this intruder they have, been like describing who he is. He's a large male, blonde hair. His hair is so luscious. Thor does a little hair flip in the rain. Stop it, Thor. Going back to all the L'Oreal Paris memes. Thoriel Paris. At one point, Coulson's like, he's gorgeous. And Hawkeye, is in that little crate thing. Hawkeye doesn't hear him correctly because a lightning bolt strikes. Hawkeye ends up shooting and killing Thor. Hawkeye gets arrested. Fury and Agent Coulson go into his cell and they find Hawkeye is dead. No one got in. You didn't see anyone on the cameras. Who's a superhero or a supervillain that we know that is very small? Is it Ant-Man? She ends up behind Bruce Banner to find the Hulk. Bruce gets shot. Something that I never thought I'd see happen. And then the Hulk fucking explodes. And I just watched the Hulk explode. What is happening? All this happens. Nick Fury is driving in the desert. A giant bolt of light just hit the ground. Is that the Bifrost? Sure enough, out comes Loki, voiced by the magnificent Tom Hiddleston. Huge army of Asgardians. Loki is here with his army because they want to get revenge for Thor's death. And Loki's like, I'll give you to the next sunrise, and then I will destroy your planet. Nat finds out that Hope Van Dyne, part of S.H.I.E.L.D., is Ant-Man. It has to be Ant-Man. It is Hank Pym. Hank Pym in the fucking Yellow Jacket costume worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. She was killed, and Hank blames S.H.I.E.L.D. He blames Nick. He wants to destroy something that Nick Fury cares about. The Avengers Initiative. Michael Douglas came back to voice Hank Pym, and he did a very good job. Fantastic job. Nick Fury went to go make a deal with the devil, or in this case, Loki. Asgard arrests Hank Pym. Loki's like, well, I still want to rule Earth. Well, I'm here. Might as well take over your planet. I'm your rightful ruler. Earth surrender themselves to me. I'm in charge now. I'm your all-powerful, gracious leader, and you must do everything I say. So now they need a new band of Avengers. So the fourth episode of Marvel's What If, probably my favorite episode. I did not think Marvel was gonna do this to us after WandaVision, but no. We haven't traumatized these people enough. Let's traumatize them some more. The fourth episode is what if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? They mean the love of his life. Oh, great. When he's on the highway driving and he has his car accident. This universe, Doctor Strange is going to pick up Dr. Palmer, Christine. He's a lot more nicer to her this universe, which I was very happy about. Benedict Cumberbatch returns to voice Doctor Strange. He does an amazing job in this episode. Decides to try to pass the truck. Another car is coming at them, so quickly he goes back in his lane. A car behind them comes up to them at super speed, crashes into their car. Car goes flipping. Christine is dead. Lost the love of his life, so he is grieving. He needs to find something, make him feel whole again. Still leads him to the mystic arts, trains to be a sorcerer. Events of Doctor Strange still happen pretty much the same way. To 2 years later, the anniversary of her death, Steven is sitting there sulking. Wong's don't do something stupid. And of course, he does something stupid. He thinks, you know what? I'm gonna turn back time.
If I could turn back time, I'd do it to save your life.
Goes back to that night. He goes back in time multiple different times because every single time he goes back, Christine ends up dying. Whether it be he leaves her by herself one night, a fire happens, she died, he does it one more time. It's just like, why does this keep happening? Why can't we just be happy? That hit me. Feels like the same thing with Wanda and Vision. And from the Ancient One, her death is an absolute point on the timeline. If you save her life, you will never become the Sorcerer Supreme, and it will cause a ripple effect. Her death is an absolute point, whether it be his heart or his hands. Her death leads him to the mystic arts, a way to heal his heart or a way to heal his hands. Her death is the absolute point. It needs to happen. As heartbreaking as it is, the same way in our current timeline, main timeline, him losing the mobility of his hand is what leads him to the mystic arts. So he has to lose that ability, which is just like, ugh! Of course, instead of being like, yeah, that makes sense, I'll accept it. No. Doctor Strange is like, I need more power. That's not gonna work. I need more power to be able to bring her back to life. Uses the eye, teleports himself. He's looking for lost library, learns there that to get more power to be able to do this thing, he needs to absorb the energy, souls of other creatures from other dimensions, other realities, other worlds. So what does he do for the next century? It's there and constantly absorbs the energy of other beings. Demon snake thing, bug beetle thing, where he takes the cloak of that and that's his cloak now. Oh my god, bro. You're gonna turn into a monster, and sure enough, yeah, he's slowly getting more and more, like, I'd say demonic, because he's taking more power. This is the first time the Watcher could have done something. He says, I know I should stop him, but I'm the Watcher. I can't interfere. And then you have Doctor Strange. I mean, I guess with all the powers he is absorbing, anyone could sense the Watcher being there, whether it be this Doctor Strange or another version of Doctor Strange. It would be Doctor Strange. I understand the Watcher. His name is the Watcher, not the Interferer. He could interfere, but doing so would destroy other reality. I guess that makes sense. Maybe you should have interfered with where this episode ends up going. One thing I love about this version of Doctor Strange is, while yes, he's craving power, he's craving to do the impossible, bringing someone back from the dead, but he still cares. This version of Doctor Strange, he's power hungry, but he still cares and still has a little bit of compassion, and I appreciate that. I love that they didn't make him full on an evil dude. The episode gets really interesting. Not that it wasn't interesting before, because it was, but this is where the episode takes a turn. See another Doctor Strange. See a Doctor Strange where he was at the beginning. In 2 years since Christine's death. What? He's gotta stop living in the past. Goes outside and the world slowly starting to decay. Things are starting to disappear. Learn from the Ancient One. She split Doctor Strange in two. Split the timeline. The timeline where he would try to revive Christine, have this one now where he would forget about Christine and just move on from the past. The fabric of reality is unraveling. Their universe is about to cease to exist. She did this because the only person that can stop Doctor Strange is fucking Doctor Strange. Evil Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme Doctor Strange is like, no one would understand but you. You know what she meant to us because we both loved her. Love how his voice sounds rough. You can hear a little bit of smog. Evil Doctor Strange versus good Doctor Strange have such a bad, and they're fighting, and they do such cool fighting. It's like a full-on magic battle. I love these magic battles. I'm very excited to see a Wanda versus Doctor Strange magic battle. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I am so excited for that. Whole fight with Doctor Strange versus Doctor Strange was so fucking cool. I can't wait for this type of fights in Doctor Strange 2. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Evil Doctor Strange overpowers regular Doctor Strange and he absorbs Doctor Strange. Oh, so evil Doctor Strange won. He brings Christine back to life. Doesn't go as planned. Christine is kind of freaking out because she's like, I'm supposed to be dead, we were in a car accident, what happened? All of the demon creatures that he absorbed are now overtaking him. Looks like a giant beast creature. The world around them is crumbling. It's pretty much just gone. The universe is collapsing in on itself. And the Watcher calls him out. Look what you did, man. You weren't supposed to do this. And Doctor Strange, seeing the errors of his ways, I wish I would have never done this. Please help me fix my mess. I love Christine so much. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. He was so wrapped up in his love for Christine. And now that he sees the consequences of his actions, he wants to fix everything. The whole world should not pay for my mistake. He loved Christine so much. And it just makes me so sad because it reminds me so much of the parallels of WandaVision. She caused all of these people so much unhappiness, so much pain by keeping them in this false reality, but she just wanted more time with Vision. He's begging the Watcher, please don't let these people pay for my mistake. It's like the guy at the library said, love can shatter your mind. Wanda's love for Vision caused her to create this hex reality, caused a lot of pain for people. It shattered her mind. Same thing with Doctor Strange. The love of his life, he lost her and it shattered his mind. This episode, there's no happy ending. The Watcher, like his name says, he's the Watcher, tells Doctor Strange, you're gonna have to live with your mistake. Universe ceases to exist. Doctor Strange is just left in this mirror realm, just himself. That's where the episode ends. That was my favorite episode, but the most emotional episode, I think. So different from the story of what if he lost his hands versus what if he lost the love of his life. I think the current Doctor Strange we have is a lot less consequential versus him losing his heart, in all honesty. Knew nothing about Marvel Zombies. I knew that there was a concept that there was Marvel Zombies. I knew there was a Marvel comic. It's a really interesting and cool concept. Starts off with Bruce being sent by the Bifrost, as takes place during Infinity War. Lands in the Sanctum as he does in Infinity War. And instead of Doctor Strange and Wong being there, there's no one in the sanctum. Squidward looking guy and the guy with like the big hammer come down. Portal opens up. You see Tony's hand. How many times do I have to watch my favorite character, Tony, die? How many times do I have to watch his immediate death? Wasp comes to Bruce's rescue and shoots Tony Stark's head off. I know he's a zombie, but like it's still Tony. Is Tony destined to die in every scenario? Is that the absolute point? Is Tony has to fucking die? Because it seems like that's where we're going, and I'm not here for it. And then Spider-Man swoops in and saves Bruce. The whole like virus zombie thing started because in Ant-Man 2, when Hank Pym goes to the quantum realm to get back Janet. In this version, Janet got some type of like virus that like screwed up her mind and turned her into this mindless zombie. Unfortunately, fighting and like turning her husband into a zombie. We're reunited, but I'm gonna turn you into a zombie. Like, why can't any couples be happy? She and Hank brought back this zombie mindless plague. Hank and Janet end up attacking Scott. He thinks Scott's turned into a zombie. Later on in the episode, when they go to that compound where they think the signal's coming from, you see his head. He's still alive. His head is in a fucking jar, so he's just a head. Okay, sure, why not? This episode's crazy enough as it is. Why not? Original Avengers like Black Widow, Iron Man, T'Challa, they all went to try to stop the zombie apocalypse. They all ended up getting turned. When they turned into zombies, they didn't just become mindless zombies. No, they still retained all of their powers. Not only are they flesh-eating monsters, but they also have their powers. Ray, they're equally as terrifying. At one point, Peter is giving us like a behind-the-scenes type of like video diary of how to survive the zombie apocalypse. Happy is wearing a Saving Myself for Thor shirt. I loved it. I love how Peter's talking about hygiene. There's a shower curtain that has like Captain America stuff on it. They pull back the shower curtain and it's just Bucky casually just showering. What? I mean, as a Sebastian Stan and a Bucky fangirl, seeing him shirtless, I'm down. Getting to see him having a Captain America shower curtain. I love it. He's a fanboy, like we all are. They find a signal for what supposedly could be another surviving band. Hawkeye ends up taking and turning Happy. And as he's about to attack Bucky, she slices Falcon in half. The MCU Phase 4 is nothing but dark, apparently, so far. On the train, Sharon Carter is going to investigate because they've heard another sound. Captain America zombie is here. He ends up getting a hold of Sharon and eats her, turns her into a zombie. Bucky happens upon Sharon Carter zombie and Captain America zombie. Them confronting each other, it's like, that's your best friend, like, he's a zombie, and like, I know you gotta do what you gotta do, so they end up fighting. Cap still has the super soldier serum and the shield, so it's like, he's still fucking badass. Bucky grabs the shield from at one point, throws it back at his waist, and decapitates Captain America in half. Wasp ended up going small and into Sharon Carter, ends up blowing up Sharon Carter. Ew, I have Sharon Carter all over me! Unfortunately, Hope was such an MVP in this episode. I loved her and Peter so much in this episode. So seeing more of Hope was so cool. And I'm so upset. Turned into a zombie. She had a cut in her arm and zombie like saliva got in her. She kind of goes out self-sacrifice to have everyone else get to that compound. They get to the compound and then there's Vision. Vision's here. Before we saw anything else in this episode, a part of me was like, is Wanda with him? She is. Not in the way you think she is. That whole... Well, we'll get to that. I have a lot of feelings about that. Vision is there, and apparently it was Scott Lang, his head in the jar. Apparently Vision was able to cure, I guess, Ant-Man from, because of the stone, the soul stone in his head, because they don't like the signal with it. He's using it as a way to probably cure people, so him and Bruce come up with the idea of maybe they can cure all these zombies with the Mind Stone. Bucky decides to go do some like recon, look around the base. He finds T'Challa missing one leg. He's being fed on. Vision has been taking people, feeding them to his zombie bride, aka Wanda. Wanda is a zombie. Vision is luring people here with this signal to feed Wanda. I don't know what's worse. What Wanda did, putting people in pain and making this fake reality so she can be happy with Vision, causing them endless pain, or Vision feeding people to Wanda. I mean, I guess Vision's is worse because he's actually killing people. Even in this universe, Vision still loves her. Another thing I'm thinking, can Wanda and Vision never be happy? Is there a pivotal point, them not being able to be happy? Is that what has to happen, an absolute point? Unhappiness. Is that their absolute point? If that's the case, I don't want it. I do not want it. Is it the same thing with Tony's? Is that Tony's absolute point that he always has, that he always has to fucking die? Wait. If all the other people were able to use their powers, what is zombie Wanda like? She's fucking OP is what she is. She's resistant to the curse, so she can never be cured. It's very upsetting. Wanda ends up eating Kurt. Eventually she eats Okoye. Vision, seeing the error of his ways, decides to traumatize us some more. Rips the stone out of his head. Gives it to everyone else so they can go to Wakanda and make some type of cure. It's Peter and T'Challa that are really the last ones left, or they take a Quinjet and they're gonna go to Wakanda. Well, what's awaiting them in Wakanda is Thanos. Normally it would be bad enough. It is zombie Thanos. And he has most of the stones. That can't be good. This is another episode where I would love to see a continuation. There's so many ideas you could do with this. Episode 6, if I'm gonna be real, is probably my least favorite episode. He's died in episode 3, episode 5, episode 6, episode 8. He's died in 4 out of 8 episodes so far. Why do we need to kill my favorite character every single time? Is basically, what if Iron Man was saved in the first Iron Man movie? What if he was never kidnapped? What if Eric Killmonger, from Black Panther, what if he saves Iron Man? Because Iron Man never went into the cave, was never kidnapped, he never realized how horrible his weapons were, how making weapons is not a good thing. He never got any humanity. He's still his egotistical self. It's kind of bad. And instead of denouncing Stark weapons, not building weapons, he thinks they need to build even bigger, badder weapons. And Killmonger kind of have a friendship. It's kind of like with him and Rhodes. We all know from the first Black Panther, I don't trust Eric. And sure enough, Eric sends Rhodey to go get some more vibranium to meet Ulysses Claw. Black Panther ends up showing up. He's like, this is my vibranium, I need this back. This pisses me off. Eric Killmonger shows up. He stabs Rhodey in the chest. Are you kidding me? So he makes it look like Wakanda was the one to kill Rhodes. So now the US and Wakanda are going to war because the Wakandans think that the US killed T'Challa. US thinks that Wakanda killed Rhodey, which it's no, all fucking Eric Killmonger's fault. He had Jarvis run a whole simulator and he can see everything that happened. He finally builds that robot, has it attack Eric, and Eric, being of Wakandan blood, taking apart that robot, destroying it, and then stabs Tony in the shoulder and fucking kills him. They give him the fucking Black Panther herb, and now he's this Black Panther, and I'm just no! You killed T'Challa, you killed Iron Man. There is no way you are the Black Panther in my eyes. No way. This episode is basically a more glorified, more intense version, more devious version of Eric Killmonger's whole plan that he had. Episode 7 was a really fun episode with a lot of Easter eggs. It was a really fun episode. Probably the most fun I've had during an episode. This is Thor's episode. It's what if Thor was an only child? There is no Loki because Loki was given back to the Frost Giants and raised as a proper Frost Giant, which is something that I keep forgetting, and I know a lot of other people forget, is that Loki is not Asgardian. I mean, he was raised in Asgard, but he is a Frost Giant by blood, but he's an Asgardian for most of the time, so we always forget that he's a Frost Giant. I wish they would have him show more of his Frost Giantiness, whether it be the powers that he can use, just maybe have him have his blue skin showing more often. It is a part of him. It is what he is. I'd really love to see more Frost Giant Loki. Thor is an only child, so he's kind of Party Thor, because Loki played a lot of tricks on him as they were kids. So really Loki taught him a lot of lessons, in a sense kind of kept him grounded and made him more responsible in a sense. Loki played a big part in Thor's life, and without Loki, Thor is just this who doesn't take anything seriously, doesn't believe in responsibilities. He's just there for partying all the time. It shows you that Thor and Loki, while they have their issues and they're different and they're opposites, their relationship to each other is very pivotal and very important. I appreciate that a lot. This episode is just big one glorified college frat boy Thor party. Thor goes down to Las Vegas with the Warriors and there's Skrulls there. The Grandmaster fucking DJs. They're at a nightclub and they have a foam party. Korg is there, Drax is there. I think at one point Nebula is there gambling. This is amazing. It's still Chris Hemsworth voicing Thor. I think he had such a fun time recording his lines and just playing around with a party frat boy Thor. I think he had a really fun time doing it. He did a really good job. That at the end, when everyone's on a party rampage, literally on the brink of destroying Earth because they're partying too freaking much, Thor is being oh my god, my mom's coming, everybody have to clean up, and everyone's what do you mean? And then Thor raises his hammer up in the sky. You must obey me! Frigga's coming! She's gonna be pissed at all of us! You have to help me! I'm afraid of my mom! Oh no! Frigga's coming! Oh no! Clean up on aisle 10! Not to mention, I think the best part of this episode, the highlight of this episode, was we got to see fucking Frost Giant Loki. That was so freaking cool. He starts strolling up to Thor and you think, oh no, they're gonna have beef. Then Loki's like, hey, it's my brother from another mother. Party Thor and Frost Giant Loki's banter was the best part of this episode. It was just so cool. Thor is about to like go back home. Out of a portal comes Vision Ultron with all of the Infinity Stones. Episode 8. Give me some fucking answer. This one breaks my heart. Why does this one break your heart, Watcher? Tasha riding a motorcycle with Ultron warriors following her. And Clint! Wait, does Clint have a robot arm? Does arm get taken from him? Wait, wait, hold on. Hawkeye has a cloak where he can like turn invisible? Is he Harry Potter all of a sudden with the invisibility cloak? Like, what happened to his arm? I have so many questions. So in this one, instead of the Avengers taking the cradle and getting Vision on their side, Ultron actually does one. His entire upload gets completed and Vision is now like his puppet. Great. Kind of like this concept. Like, I love seeing the Avengers win and like Vision being a good guy, but an evil Vision, it could have gone so differently. It's kind of cool. See, in a way. Are you kidding me? Are you actually not? Are you? I should not be surprised. They kill Iron Man again, and they launch a bunch of nukes. That's real. I swear this show is not just what if, it's what if. What if we make you watch Iron Man's death like a million different ways? We know you'd love that. Not. The world's just being bombed now. Great. Fantastic. What? I can't. What? You know, the next Avengers movie that comes after Age of Ultron is Infinity War. Well, in this one, Thanos comes to Earth, everything is destroyed. Vision Ultron is like the ultimate supreme ruler. Vision Ultron sees the stones and he's like, oh, interesting. He uses the Mind Stone, slices Thanos in half. This makes me so sad and so mad because this Vision Ultron killed Thanos in like 5 seconds. Not even a minute. But yet in our Infinity War, Thanos rips out the Mind Stone. This could have gone so differently. That's how he gets the stones. Oh my god. That is insane. And he becomes Ultron Vision Infinity Supreme. Oh my god. That's why we see him pop up at the end of the Thor episode, last week's episode, because he gets all these stones and sees other worlds, other universes that need him or that he can conquer. Oh my god, Asgard, he's going to Asgard. Oh no. Don't destroy Asgard, please, leave it alone. Never mind, he destroys it anyway. God damn it. Korg, the poor Grandmaster and Korg. Xandar break. They've been through enough. Oh no, this is what leads him probably. Oh no, he's destroyed everything. He fulfilled his purpose. Now he's alone. Nothing more left for him. He's just a robot with no purpose. He can hear the Watcher. It's not good. Oh my god, he's aware of the Watcher, which means he's aware of other universes. He's aware of all these other universes. Oh my god, this is the level threat that would be really cool to see in the actual MCU live action version. I feel like a threat like this, maybe in the future of the MCU, would be really cool. He can see everything that is about to happen or that will happen, but he cannot see this. He didn't see this coming. Such a fascinating episode. What does the Watcher want them to find? The Watcher's like getting kind of nervous. He wants them to find the file of Artem Zola. Oh no! Oh no! Ultron found the Watcher. He broke through his wall. He found him. Oh god, please don't kill the Watcher. This is the villain all of the alternate universe people in the previous episodes are gonna have to fight in the next one. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is actually insane. Don't kill Clint. Don't have him die. Oh, that's such a cool bad move. Jumps from one platform to the other, shoots an arrow. God, Hawkeye's so cool. I'm so glad he's getting his own show. This is just like what happened on Vormir when Black Widow let go of Clint's hand. Clint let go of Natasha's hand and said, I'm tired of fighting. Just let me go. And he, oh God, why do they want us to, why? Clint, but he's not gonna go out without a fight. He is going to fire every last one of his arrows. He's gonna make his sacrifice worth it. If that's not a heroic shot, I don't know what is. Look at Hawkeye. Oh, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out fighting. Ultron's in another universe or between universes fighting the fucking Watcher. Come on, Watcher. Take him out or at least weaken him or something, please. Their fight with all the different magic they're using and like powers, it's so cool. Oh no, don't kill the Watcher. Leave the Watcher alone. Okay, good. Okay, the Watcher went away. The Watcher fled. But what's gonna happen? It's evil Doctor Strange! He could enlist the help of all of these other characters from previous episodes because we've seen them all together before. So he's gonna ask for Doctor Strange, Evil's help, Captain Britain's help, Party Thor's help. Oh my god, it's an alternate reality of Avengers, like different Avengers, but it's just, oh my god, so cool. Oh my god, next episode, oh my god. So it appears that with Ultron winning, worst possible thing, like we thought Thanos winning was bad. No, Ultron winning in Age of Ultron is so bad. Because not only does he bring about an apocalyptic world and kill the Avengers, but he sees the Watcher and senses him. The Watcher's like, I've seen everything. I know what's to come. I know what's gonna happen. I have no idea what's gonna happen right now. Now the Watcher, clearly being defeated by Ultron Vision, now has to recruit and ask for the help from the other Avengers, like characters that we have seen throughout What If episode. The fact that Ultron winning was probably like the worst thing. The consequences of that, it's just like, oh my god. One thing that I will say about these What If episodes, I want to see more. And by more, I mean a continuation, like another episode. I'd like to see different Avengers stop Loki in a different way. I'd love to see Peter Quill at the end of the second episode being taken by his dad, and T'Challa finding new guardians. The Ravagers stop Ego and maybe take Peter Quill under his belt. You leave wanting more. I think that can be a good thing in some ways. I think if you leave a TV show or a movie and you want more, I think for the majority of people, at least for me, it's a good thing because you want more because you're so invested in it. I'd love them to do, like, for season 2, continuation episodes. I think it'd be really interesting. I think there's such good stories and you're so enriched in this world, you want a little bit more. You want to see these realities play out even more because you're so curious about this what if question.